Hey, hi everyone. So today I'll be discussing about the cross-org data sharing using Azure Data Share service. And before I jump into the topic, I'll start with my quick introduction. My name is Piyush, and I do have total 10 years of experience in software industry. Currently working as a senior software engineer in Microsoft. And without wasting more time, let's into the topic. Okay, so let me start with the requirement. So we have a requirement to share data between two organizations. And if we talk about the traditional ways of sharing data, that we have two, three approaches. Like we can share data using RESTful APIs. We can also share data using file shares, and we can also share data using email service as well. So there are some of the limitation in case we just share our data using these approaches. Let me uh, walk you through the limitations of using these approaches one by one, and then I'll discuss about how can we overcome that limitation if we use Azure Data Share. So in case we have developed a kind of RESTful API to share data, yes, we can share the data, but RESTful APIs are not meant to share bulk data, right? And also, RESTful APIs are basically used for the CRUD operation. So I don't think so. Sharing data with RESTful APIs is the best way to share data. So the second approach is the file share. We get multiple services from multiple cloud providers. Like Azure provides you the storage account through which you can share blobs between two parties, as well as in AWS you get S3 bucket to share blob storage. But the problem with this file sharing approach is that you cannot upfrontly impose terms and conditions. You can simply share blob between two parties. That's it. But in case we share data using Azure Data Share, which I'll discuss more later, you can impose the data sharing terms and condition if you share data with the Azure Data Share. This third approach is that you can also share data through emails. You can also attach files in emails and then share it across. But again, there's a problem if you try to share data through emails. Is that in case you have bulk data, right? You cannot share that data through emails as well. And again, you cannot define terms and conditions over the mail as well. So these are some of the traditional approaches through which we usually share our data, and these are some of the limitations. Let me proceed ahead and discuss about the Azure Data Share and how can we overcome these kind of issues if we use Azure Data Share. All right. So Azure Data Share Service is a fully managed service provided by Azure, and it supports multiple data sources like Azure Data Lake, Blob Storage, SQL Database, and Synapse Analytics. Not only it supports multiple data sources, but also you don't have to maintain any kind of SLA because it is fully managed service provided by Azure, and it's a highly scalable and a secured way of providing or sharing data between two parties. So I think it is all about the basics of the Azure Data Share. Maybe now I'll jump onto the practical and I'll show you how exactly you can use this Azure Data Share service to share data between two different orgs. Okay, just to simplify the process, I have created this sheet where I'll be using two subscription. Subscription one will be represented by the sender, and subscription two will be represented by the receiver. I'll create one resource group with the name company one, which will represent company one, and I'll create another resource group in subscription two with the name of company two, which will represent the company two, which will be the receiver one. I'll create one storage account in subscription one because the storage account will be required to share that storage account container with the receiver. So there will be one storage account with the name company one ADS SA23122401, and in the another subscription two, I'll create the counterpart storage account to receive or seeing the data saved in company one's storage account. And then I'll create the data share resource company one ADS 23122401 for the sender, and the company two ADS 23122401 for the receiver. So I'll also create one file with the name sample.txt, which I'll save in this storage account, which will be eventually shared with the receiver at the receiver's end in its storage account. So there is one prerequisite that the RP Microsoft dot data share should be registered. Otherwise, while we try to create a data share resource, we'll encounter one error that RP is not registered. So in case your RP is not registered, this is one of the prereq we have to check. I have already opened the subscription. So you have to go to your subscription and then go to the resource provider and then search for the data share. If it is not registered, then click on it, click on the option button, and then instead of re-register, you'll see register here, and then you click on it. So the data share resource has been created, although it takes 5 to 6 minutes to create the data share, which that 5 6 minutes I have removed from the video to keep the video short. Let me go to the resource. Now click on the data sharing, and let me click on to create. I have to give the data share name. Uh, okay, and then choose snapshot. Description: this is POC data share. This is POC data share only. Continue add dataset. Now, if I click on that blob, in company one, there is no blob created. So I'll have to create one blob for that. Okay. So storage account, and then create one. I'll use the same resource group to create a storage account. Let me give this name, and then choose blob storage, and then review and create. Then click on create. So deployment is in progress. It might take some time to create the storage account. Let's wait for some time. So the storage account has been created. Go back to the storage account. Now go back to containers. All right. Now we'll be able to see the storage account. Now if I click on next, it will ask for the dataset. There is no dataset created because there is no container created inside this storage account. So let me create one container. I think I'm not given any container name. So company one container. All right, it will create a container, and then let me upload a file here. So I have already one sample file created. Let me drop that file there and upload it. So a file is uploaded to that storage account inside container. Now if I go back and then click on blob, click on next, and then resource group, company one, and then next, I'll see this container there. Click on next, and then add dataset. Click on continue, add recipient. So here I have to add the recipient to which I want to share this blob storage. So this is my email ID. Continue. Just change it to hourly. Click on to continue, and then create. So now I'll receive an email to that email ID um, with the invitation of this data share. This is my email ID. Let me refresh it once. I have received the email invitation, and let me click on to view invitation. This is the data share invitation. Now I have to choose subscription to, where I just map this data share, right? Company 2, and then okay, I have to create a data share. So this is the data share for company 2. Let me click here and then create one. So again, it might take some time to create the data share account. So now data share has been created. I have to check on the I agree to terms of use, then accept and configure. So we have successfully received the data share. Now we have to configure the data set. We have to map this container uh, to our storage account, and inside that container we have to map this container. So map to target. Right now we'll not see any kind of storage in subscription to in this company to storage in company to resource group, because we don't have any storage account created there. So let me create one storage account. Uh, Storage account, then create one company to this is the storage account, blob, and then review and create. Validation is done. Submitting the template. Now it will take some time to create the storage account. The storage account has been created successfully. We also have to create a container to map the container of company one storage account. So I'll not create it right now. I'll just show you what exactly we'll see if we don't have mapped container. Blob storage, subscription 2, and then company 2. Storage account is there, but we'll not see any kind of data set, right? So let me go back and then create a container. Maybe company 2 container. Create one, successfully created. Let me go back and select subscription 2, company 2, storage account, and then we'll see the container there. Map it, map to target. The mapping has been done successfully. Trigger this snapshot incremental, and now enable it, enabling. So let me go back to the container and see if I see the blobs or not. It might take some time. Details queued. Let me just check here. Let me change the time, save it, refresh it. Now let me check again. Okay, so we can see that a container created, the map container is created here, and then we also see the sample.txt file here. So this is all about how can we share the data or blobs between two different orgs using Azure Data Share. Hope you learned how to use Azure Data Share service to share data between two parties. Thank you very much for watching the video.